Hello boys and girls, my name is Alex. If you don't already know, I've not uploaded a video in quite a while, so this is my first one in a few weeks. And a few weeks ago, I planted some fruits, some pumpkins, cantaloupes, and honeydew melon from seeds, from scratch. And I've been looking at online videos to see how to take care of them. And one thing that's consistent is keeping trellis cages with these plants, so they can, especially if you have a less room, if you live in a city, in an apartment, you have less room for these plants to spread. So one way they can spread is vertically versus horizontally. So the trellis makes a good option for that. Trellis cages are kind of expensive, $20-$30 for like a small little, flat structure, 2 foot by 4 foot. It's kind of expensive, really. But so I looked at I saw some online videos, and I like the way some of these people, what they did with what's out there in the stores. So I went to the store, I bought some fencing. You can buy some, if you want a stronger, tougher trellis, you can buy like a sheet of like metal caging, but I don't want that. That's too tough for me. It's hard to move around. So these are my plants. That's a cat. I don't know whose cat that is, but this cat likes to hang around my apartment and comes up to the windows and gets my two cats aggravated at each other, and because they're all males, so territory, of course. But I don't think this cat has any owners. Has an owner. No signs of like collars or hygiene or anything. Has a few fleas here and there. I put out some water and some food for him, and he's kind of grown accustomed to me, and he's grown to like me. Still, my cats don't like him, but it's gonna suck when I have to move, in a few years, and who knows what's gonna happen to this kitty. Maybe I'll take him. I don't know, but so my home is his home. He can chill out at my place. In fact, he's still out there right now. Yeah, I like him. Extra company. So these are my plants. These are the plants I planted a few weeks back. And so right here I measured 48 inches. I couldn't do it with holding the phone and the camera. You know how it goes. So I put the camera down, the phone down, and I measured the circumference of each of the pots. I mean, they're all 48 inches in circumference, and that's going to be the length of this fencing. You're gonna measure out 48 inches and maybe 50 inches, and then cut that. I also, for draining and watering purposes, I bought these plates and then some wire cutters at the local hardware store. So there's me throwing down the wire cutter. I'm gonna measure these 48 inches so I unrolled the fencing, if that's what it is. I don't even know what it is. It looks like it. And then I measured 48 inches, and then I'm gonna go maybe 49, 50 inches to account for like the actual cutting, because I'll be cutting in the middle of one of those rows. So I'll be leaving like 1 inch of wire, because that wire is gonna serve So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down, and I'm gonna roll the fencing into like a cylinder, and those loose wires, I'm gonna fold those into themselves, so to tie both ends together. I didn't wear gloves. I didn't wear goggles. That was my risk. If you do this, or if you plan to do this without goggles, that is your own risk. It's kind of dangerous, especially with thicker wiring. It's sturdier, and it kind of bounces quicker and with more force. You may get an eye poked out, or you may get injured. I wasn't even using, I was using my feet, I guess, if you can see, and I did get a big old 8 inch scratch, with blood and everything in the back of my on my calf. I didn't realize it until I saw the blood. So yeah, be careful and use safety. For all intents and purposes, maybe I did use some goggles. I don't know. And so yeah, so right now I'm cutting down with a wire cutter. I didn't, I've never used a wire cutter before. It took me a while to find one at Lowe's. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. They're not paying me for it. And yeah, so here's my first sheet that I've cut, and I'm gonna roll it with a sturdier mesh. You're gonna have a harder time doing this. So personally, this looks like the perfect type of sheet of mesh to work with. And the color, they had metallic colors, and then they had this color. To me, this kind of blends in better with the vegetation. So awesome. What I'm doing now is I'm folding outward each of these little loose wires. They're going to, so once I fold this into the other half, it's gonna attach, it's gonna hook into the other half. Once both halves are together, you just go ahead and fold that into itself around the other end, and I mean, you know what I'm talking about. See, there it goes. And once again, if you're working with a thicker material, this is where it becomes dangerous, especially because you folded each of those endings out, and if the thing loosens up and it kind of bounces, and you may get jabbed by one of those things in the eye, and it's you may lose an eye. So be very, very, very careful. Again, I can't do this with one hand, so I had to set the phone down. I don't know what I was doing there. Oh yeah, so because both ends are, you can't change the length of one end or the other. So you're gonna cross both ends a little lopsided. That means that the wire at the very bottom or the very top is gonna be loose. You just kind of twist that into itself anyway. I mean, you have the strength of all the other endings that'll help you out. So I mean, you don't have to tie every single end, but the more the better. So I had to set the phone down. This is what I did. I twisted the end into itself to include the other end. Basically, you do that for all ends, and yeah. It wasn't that easy. I was just trying to clearly show how to do it there, but in real life, it was more sloppy. It actually came out way better than I thought. I thought I was gonna have a hard time. I thought I was gonna, take an hour, 2 hours in making one of these. To my surprise, it was very easy. I did one of these in under 5 minutes. Not even, yeah, I'm gonna say 5 minutes. Especially after the first one was done. I got the hang of it. The other ones I did in like 3 minutes tops. So there's this first one. There's a cat. One of these, one time, Jax, my cat, just ran out and ran after this other cat outside. It was a quick little fight, and then I yelled at Jax, and Jax came back in. So, and as you see, this, I mean, it fits perfectly. A little, not even a little bigger. I mean, this is perfect. You want a loose fitting, because you don't want, especially if you have something planted already, you don't want to hurt the leaves. And then here's all 4 of them. I got this done in less than 15 minutes, all 4 of them. Alright folks, well, thanks for watching this video. Thumbs up please.